What's up, everybody? TH126 here. We're going to do a quick video ranking the GoldenEye multiplayer maps. I've been playing GoldenEye multiplayer for nearly 15 years now, or even before that on console, but taking it seriously with net play and tournaments and whatnot about 15 years ago. Logged thousands of hours in these maps. All of them are good to some degree. Some are just better than others. So we have Archives, Basement, Bunker, Caverns, Caves, Complex, Egyptian, Facility, Library, Stack, and Temple. There are 11 of them, and if you want to make your own tier list, I'll put that in the description below. I made this here on tiermaker.com. So let's start in D tier. My least favorite GoldenEye multiplayer map would have to be Caverns. Caverns, for one, does not perform well on console at all. You can play up to three players on console. It's very laggy. It's very dark. With 60 FPS net play, it's a lot better. It still isn't that great of a map. Nothing really too special. It's just the last half of Caverns from the solo mission. Lots of the kills take place in the main hallway there, and it kind of can just get a little repetitive. There's a bad spawn in the elevator at the back of that really long corridor. So I'm gonna put it in D tier. Another map that I am not so fond of is Egyptian. Egyptian is only played with 2 players in vanilla GoldenEye. It's very laggy. The frame rate is pretty bad. The pillars are kind of cool. It's just a really large level. It's just very big. The entirety of the solo level is used here, and it's just way too big for 1v1. The pillars, like I said, that's a redeeming quality. You know, you have some really good shootouts with those pillars and hiding behind them. Overall, it's not in the upper echelon of GoldenEye multiplayer maps, in my opinion. Also in D tier, I'm gonna go with Caves. Caves is not the worst, I must say. I guess that means I should put it over here, like this. It's not the worst map in my opinion. I know a lot of people think it's the worst. On console, it's very dark, but the layout is actually pretty nice. You can play up to 4 players on console. The frame rate is not that bad on console. Obviously, you know, we play with the 60 FPS AQZ net play method now, and that's, you know, we're kind of spoiled in that way. Caves is just purely geological. There's actually an old trick that if you increase the brightness on your TV, it makes Caves a lot better. It's not the best map in the world, that's for sure, and that's why it's gonna go in D tier. A lot of people, this is probably the least popular map, I would say, just judging by the reception from the netplay multiplayer community. I think it's safe to say that it's down there. Okay, let's move up to C tier. So for C tier, I'm gonna go Temple. I know a lot of people like Temple. I guess the reason I don't like it is because it's not the best for pistols LTK. Other weapons though, Temple can be really great, like grenade launchers. You know, you can shoot grenades through the openings in the walls, and they'll land down in the lower levels or in isolated rooms. So that's pretty cool. Temple, actually, you don't need the doors open. The doors do not need to be open for penetrating guns to penetrate. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, let's just put Temple there in C tier. It's kind of just an average GoldenEye map. Nothing too crazy. It is the first one. It's the one that's selected by default. So a lot of people do play that. You can play up to 4 players on console with it, so that's pretty cool. Let's stick with C tier, and I'm going to go with Library. Now, Library is big. It's just stack and basement combined. There's some cool things you can do with mines by, like, if you place proximity mines on the vents and like from the basement, and then people can step on them in the stack level, so that's pretty cool. I guess I'm putting it in C tier because it's just kind of big, you know, for 1v1, which is a popular scenario. It's just quite large. The funny thing is that stack and basement, I think, alone are better than Library. That's why I'm going to put it there in C tier. Okay, let's go up to B tier next. I think the first B tier level we're going to do is, let's do Stack. Stack is a pretty basic level. You have the green and white color scheme. There are 2 levels to Stack. The doors need to be open for magnums to penetrate, so just so you're aware of that. Stack's a lot of fun though, you know, it's a good solid level. That's why we're sticking it in B tier. The spawns in Stack are very close together. And once you get the order, you can kind of spawn trap your opponent. Depending on what mod you're playing, though, you can always prevent that. Stack's a nice solid level. The next level we're going to put in B tier is Archives. Archives is a very small map. I believe it is the smallest. Maybe Facility might be smaller. Archives can be played with 3 players on console. I forgot to mention Stack could be played with 4 on console. And I really like, in GoldenEye, I do like the angular architecture maps more than the geological ones like caves and caverns. It makes for some really great lean spots. And I think overall Archives is a solid B map. All right, next we are going to go up to A tier. Coming in at A tier, we have Facility. Facility is probably the most iconic GoldenEye multiplayer map. Probably the most iconic level in general. It's very small. Because of the doors, it makes Magnum play super fun. You can basically play any weapon set and have a good time with Facility. Like I said, it's quite small, so 4 players can get really crazy. And there's some weapon sets that are better than others, like Man with the Golden Gun. The Golden Gun obviously spawns in the bathroom, so that's super fun, having everybody rush to the bathroom to get that Golden Gun. Facility's great. It goes up in A tier. I love Facility. Also sticking with A tier, we are gonna go Bunker. Bunker is great. It's a very bright map. The layout is basically just the Bunker 2 level from Solo. On console, it can be quite laggy, but I guess its redeeming quality is that you can actually shoot through the doors without having them open for penetrating guns. So Magnum play is super fun in Bunker, and there's a reason why it's here in the A tier. It gets a lot of love and a lot of praise in multiplayer communities. Sticking with A tier, we're gonna go Basement. Basement's probably my second favorite GoldenEye multiplayer map. It is quite small, but Basement is just a great time. It's a little bit dark, It can be dark, especially on console. The frame rate is amazing, though. It is probably the best level in terms of frame rate when you're playing on console. You really can't go wrong with Basement. You can play up to 4 players in Basement. It's just a lot of fun, and definitely deserves that A-tier ranking. A lot of good memories in Basement, too. The NetPlay LTK Cup 2 Grand Final was in Basement between Robbie and myself. That video has been lost to history, and we had an insane 20-17 match there. Basement's great. And my favorite multiplayer map is Complex. I love Complex so much. It's bright. It's a bright map. It's white. The cool red sky is awesome. You have that house in the center of the map that will usually have the best weapon. There's a lot to Complex, you know. I feel like sometimes it requires some experience to know where you're going. Experienced players sometimes will even get lost in there, but like, it's just so good, man. It's a great map. It's probably my most played map, and definitely my absolute favorite. I think there's a reason why it was added to Perfect Dark. Temple and Facility also were added, but Complex is certainly a fan favorite, and it's quite deserving of the S tier ranking, at least on my rankings. So thank you guys for watching this tier list of the multiplayer maps. And if you would like to make your own tier list, I will put the link to this ranking list in the description below. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.